Served plain or all dressed up, it's no-bake mason jar cheesecake, today on Cindy's Certified Recipes. We're going to dive right into these little cheesecakes because the sooner we start doing them, the sooner we get to eat them, right? So basically we're going to start doing the crusts, and it's just one of these sleeves of graham crackers. And if you're not into graham crackers, you can use Oreos or those digestive crackers or shortbread cookies. Just let your imagination go a little wild. So we're just going to put those in a Ziploc bag here. And there's a multitude of ways you can smash these up. My particular favorite is just like this. So I think that's pretty good. Because they're going into the bottoms of these little jars, they don't have to be super fine like you would do a springform pan. So I call this rustic. And we need 1 cup of these guys. Here's our 1 cup. And here we have 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and it is salted butter. I think that little bit of salt in there goes excellent with these little cheesecakes. If you prefer, you can use unsalted butter. And we're just gonna mix that up real good. And actually, because you're not pulling these out of the little glasses, you don't have to even pound it in there super hard to make that technical crust, because you're going to be eating them with a spoon and just digging down in there, almost like a parfait. So that's good. Now we're going to spoon this into these cups. And I find when I make these that I like the crumbs to be up a little more, because I like to get some with each bite. And I actually finally got myself a little tamper, because I find myself looking for something to use as a tamper all the time. And I got this little guy, very inexpensive, got a little end and a big end. So we're just going to lightly press that down in there. I like about 1 inch. So that needs a little bit more, actually. And once you make these yourself, if you've never made them before, you can judge for yourself how much crust you want down in the bottom. And that's all the tamping it needs. I actually find that if you tamp it too hard with these particular little cheesecakes, that when you go to dig into there, when they're all done, that it's kind of hard to get that crust up into your spoon. So just a light little tamp. That's what's great about these little cheesecakes, is they're so simple and nothing has to be like humongously exact. Forgiving. We like that in baking, right? See how simple that is? Easy peasy. And now these are just going to go in the fridge while we make our filling. We have our 1 cup of nice, cold, heavy whipping cream that's going to go into the bowl here. I love the texture of that stuff. Super cool. And replace my beaters with my handy dandy whip. And we're looking for stiff peaks. I'm going to tilt the bowl a little bit, and I go slow at first until it gets a little thicker. Let's check that out. Looks pretty stiff to me. We're going to scrape down the sides, however, and give it one more whirl for that looser stuff that gets up on the sides. That's great. Put that over there. Looking great. And now, you know, I did not forget about this. What I did was I zapped it in the microwave 10 seconds to dissolve it. And now it's been sitting, that's nice and cool. You want it to cool down. And I'm going to set this over here and bring our other mixture back over. And while I'm beating this, I'm going to add the gelatin slowly. That's the gelatin and the lemon juice. That's good. Now we are going to pour our mixture into our cream. And guess what? Our filling is ready for those cups. We're ready to fill our cups. They're all nice and chilled and the crust is hardened down in there. And personally, I found just putting up dollops with a spoon works because I like to get it down in there so that it'll eventually look flat. I've tried a piping bag and the Ziploc bag, and I found that this just works better for me. It makes the edge a little messy, but I end up wiping it with a paper towel. So you'll find your own way you like to do it. And then leave a little space at the top for your fruit. And also, I'm going to tell you, these are fantastic to freeze. So you put those little jar lids back on, and you can freeze these, and then you just take them out and let them thaw. And then you put the fruit on. Don't freeze them with the fruit on there. So that's really all there is to it. I'll go on to the next one. And yes, I do use one little paper towel per cup. I don't like seeing air pockets in there. Just a me thing. There we go. Those are all filled. And those are going to go in the fridge at least 2 hours. You could technically eat them now, but I'm going to tell you, the longer they sit, the better they taste. And that gelatin will set up if you leave them overnight even, and then you get that real just awesome cheesecake flavor. Some of the best no-bake cheesecake I've ever had, gotta tell you. So into the fridge is gonna go, and we'll be right back. We're at the fun part, you guys. I actually made a whole bunch of these last night so they would be ready for filming today. And this is how they turn out. I mean, they're so good. And so what I did is I decorated one up a little bit for you guys here. And this is where I'm going to send you some ideas. So you can make these for guests, a party, whatever, and serve them just plain. And then you can make up a tray of all different types of fruits. And I have fruit spreads here, apricot and raspberry, some chocolate to pour on, some caramel to pour on, and everyone can do their own little cheesecake. Or you can do it for them, but it's kind of fun for people to do their own. And then I also splayed these strawberries, and it always makes people laugh when they go to pick them up because I've already cut them so that they splay out and people can just put that on their little cheesecake. Kind of cute. And so I will show you how I would decorate one up. And up to you, again, what you want to do. But I certainly can't resist raspberry with cheesecake, you guys. So this is just raspberry with pectin. It's not super sweet, but just enough flavor. And you can put on there as much as you want, or none. And let's see here, I have definitely got to put some raspberries on there. And I have some chopped up mango. Love mango. Certainly got to use one of my splayed strawberries here. Stick him on the back there. Maybe a couple of blueberries. However you want. But you get the idea, and then you dive into it. So if I dive into one of the decorated ones, I'm gonna have fruit going everywhere. So I'm gonna dive into an undecorated one so you guys can see the texture. So I just have a nice, these are actually teaspoons that I recommend because they got a little smaller head and a long handle. And we're just gonna dive in there, get all the way down to the bottom because I want that crust. Look at that, nice and thick. That little bit of gelatin makes it just like a regular cheesecake. And that lemon juice, I'm telling you guys, you will not know it's a no-bake cheesecake. It's really delicious. Well, I could sit here and eat this. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give me a like. And if you're not already a subscriber, I'd sure appreciate you guys hitting that subscribe button. And also hit that notification bell, and you'll get first dibs on all my upcoming videos. And also, please check out my playlist. You're bound to find some favorites there that you're gonna wanna make. And thank you for being here today on Cindy Certified Recipes, and we'll see you next time. But wait, there's more. Gotta add one more thing. So this is the point when they're out of the fridge and they're all nice and set up, that if you want to freeze them for future use, even up to 1 month, easy, just cut little disc of parchment paper and place that so it's on the surface of the cheesecake lightly. Kind of like my ice cream video. And then you want to put these little jar lids back on, like so. Like I said, don't put the fruit on. And that's ready to go in the freezer. And when you want to take it out, just take it out of the freezer, set it on your countertop until it's thawed and it's ready to eat. I mean, these things are great. You can make a whole bunch for a big party or a holiday or whatever you like to do. So that is my little bonus tip to you guys. Thanks for joining me on Cindy Certified Recipes. When it's time tested, top-notch ingredients, and the talk of the table, it's Cindy Certified.